ownership on the island. So Hanapepe, Olokeli, Benita is part of the state. No roads, not open to the public. At the end of Olokeli is Mount Waialeale. Before we go back to the airport, we will be going beneath those clouds at the end of Olokeli on the other side to get in a crater. Right now we're going to leave Olokeli, cross at the edge of the swamp. This is the Alikai swamp with the clouds, and in front of us, about the center of the island, the water table for the island. Waimea Town and River on the left side. Significance of the town, it's where Captain James Cook made his first landing when he came to the Hawaiian Islands. Cook arrived in January of 1778, stopping in town for supplies. He was looking for the Northwest Passage between the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean for England. Initially, when the native Hawaiians spotted Cook's ship on the horizon, happened to be at night, he had his sails up, he had a fire going on. The natives believed that it was the heiau of Lono. Heiau is a temple. Lono, one of the 4 major gods that they worship. Being that I've never seen a ship like Cook's, a white man, they believe he was the god Lono. This is the edge of the swamp we're over. Cook returned the following year, stopped on a big island at Kilakukua Bay, the Kona side of the big island. Got into a conflict with the natives over there and got killed. He was the first European navigator to chart the Hawaiian Islands on a map. Initially called it the Sandwich Islands in honor of the Earl of Sandwich. That was his buddy. Crossing over the Waialae River, comes out of the swamp, leads it to one of the major ventricles. And we're entering the heart of the Waimea Canyon, or the Grand Canyon of the Pacific, as Mark Twain called it. The canyon is approximately 10 miles in length, 6.5 to 7 miles in width. Made up of 3 major ventricles. Now the public road is across the canyon on the rim on the left side. The road follows the rim, ends in the Kokei State Park on the immediate right above the canyon, the wooded area. You drive up to the state park, you have to go back down on the same road. In the central part of the state park, they've got a restaurant, museum, and a ranger station open daily. Facilities will be closed in the evenings, certain holidays. They have cabins you can rent. There's kind of a long wait list for the cabins, depending what time of year it is. Campsites, you need a permit for the campsites. Any permit you get from the state, there's a fee that goes along with that. Follow the rim on the left, the parking lot, with a few automobiles in it. That's the first major lookout you come across when you drive up the canyon. That's the Waipool Waterfalls across the canyon up front. You hike the Waipool Trail. You will cross the river that supplies the water to the falls, but you will not be able to see the length of the falls. To see the length of the falls, you need to be on a rim road we crossed. Barker and Sands Naval Air Base, shoreline right up front. Runways parallel to the coastline. Unlimited airfield on the island. Closer look at the privately owned island, Niihau, and sometimes referred to as the Forbidden Island. To live on the island, you have to be pure-blooded Hawaiian. About 150 people live there, and they have their own schools, taught in Hawaiian as well as in English. Native tongue on the island, Hawaiian language. They're free to come and go, not confined to the island. There's less than 200 pure-blooded Hawaiians in the world. Most of them live in Niihau, this island, and about 500,000 Patawans in the world according to the last census. Polyholly State Beach Park, shoreline, left side. You drive to Polyholly, the public road ends at Polyholly State Beach Park. From that point, it marks the beginning of the Na Pali coastline. The word Pali, translated, would be cliff. Na Pali, the cliffs. We will be passing the Pacific Missile Range facilities coming up on the left side. Very sensitive area. You need a security clearance to get within that facility. All that airspace over the ocean on the far left behind us, restricted. You need permission to fly through that airspace. Okay, we're going to be over the Napali coastline shortly. There's a lot of history, Hawaiian history in this coastline. Every valley on this coastline at one time inhabited by the native Hawaiians. The coastline today is controlled by the state, the DLNR, Department of Land and Natural Resources. This half of the coastline, no trails. The only way to get on shore would be from the ocean, or you fly it. Now, as I make a descending left turn, the little island Lehua, left of that, the privately owned island Niihau. The stretch of beach. There's the Polyholly State Beach Park. You're on a point, Barker and Sands Naval Air Base. The part of the beach, Polyholly close to us where the road ends. And this is Mililui Beach below us. That's Polyholly State Beach Park to the far right. If you're going on shore Mililui during the daytime, you need a permit. If you're going to remain overnight, that's another fee. Okay, here's another state beach park we're approaching. Nua Lolo Kai. And the valley we're about to enter is called Nua Loloaina. The valleys on this half not available to the public. They have artifacts, man-made rock walls that terrace the floor of the valley, ancient remains, and caves. This is one of the protective historical sites. There's a trail on the rim above us, comes out of the state park. It loops back in a state park. It doesn't bring you down into the valley or the waterline. So we're leaving Nua Loloaina Valley, crossing over Ava Pui Valley, mountain goats on the ridge, right side. This is we're going to be approaching the last of the inaccessible beaches and valleys called Honopu. That'll be the twin beaches you're going to see in a second with the archway between it. You know, that old King Kong movie starring Jessica Lange, part of it was filmed at Honopu in 1976. Several years ago, Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp, they did a scene on the beach. Release were their latest. A movie called 6 Days, 7 Nights with Harrison Ford. Most of that film on the island. The second half of the coast we're approaching is the public half. The 11-mile trail ends at Kalalau Beach. We're approaching. You can camp anywhere on this half of the coastline with permits. We're going to cross Kalalau Valley. The road that goes along the rim of the Waimea Canyon into the Cold Cay State Park, that road ends at the rim of Kalalau. Now at the very back on the top of, on the rim at Kalalau, the right half, the higher part is where the road ends. They got a lookout at the end of the road. The original lookout is to the right of that. It looks like it's clear. Kalalau Valley was once controlled by the Robinson estate. When the Robinsons controlled Kalalau, they raised cattle in the valley. Brought all the cattle in with boats. Today, the whole Nepali coastline, including Kalalau Valley, is all state land. No more cattle. Long time ago, a very long time ago, the Nepali coastline was a hiding place for lepers. In 1866, the leper colony was established on the island Molokai. It's an island between Maui and Oahu. That is where Father Damon, the Belgian Catholic priest, spent over 16 years of his life aiding lepers. By law, they moved all the lepers throughout the entire Hawaiian kingdom to Molokai. There are a few on the island of Kauai that refused to be relocated. This is where they had to live. The authorities apprehended all the lepers on this coastline except for one individual and his family. His name is Kolau. Numerous attempts were made to apprehend Kolau. Few people got killed in the process. Left them alone. The colony today still exists, open to the public, on Molokai. That's a Bali High ridge line directly in front of us. Those sharp points, those pinnacles. Got its name, Bali High, when they did the South Pacific movie on the island. That's a while back.